Good morning to all our listeners. In today's podcast, we will talk about a very sensitive topic, but it's very important to talk about this.
That's right, comrade. Today we are going to touch on the use of child marriage, which is an use that all countrymen should know.
That's right, my dear ones. This encompasses problem, tiny loves, on the other hand, children and on the other women in particular girls and adolescents were part of the indigenous populations communities of four countries and the world. It is people and groups in vulnerable situations who have been historical and systematic discrimination against their living condition, violence and their human rights violence.
But my doubt is what fathers led others to allow their daughters to marry while they are still children, or even if the parents themselves who are those marriages.
Well, look, research has given us this data, and it is that the main cause of this problem included the following pheromones to feed upon within married. The girl leaves her parents' home, which reduces the cost of food. Poverty parents receives a monetary benefit to marrying their daughter. Gender inequality without a doubt. This is the cause of the machismo that persists in certain communities.
Don't forget to that lack of knowledge of the rights of girls and boys. The couple have zero education about their rights. They often lack the means to know them.
Even though many Mexicans want to turn a blind eye, it is well known that child marriage is a practice that is widespread even today. The news points to India, Africa, Afghanistan, Yemen, among other countries, where it is practiced, but it also happens in Mexico.
It's now that I'm turning a blind eye, but I don't know of any place in Mexico where these practices are still carried out. One of you would be kind enough to tell me some entities in our country where child marriage is still practiced.
We looked the statistics show us that the states with the highest prevalence of child marriage among indigenous women are Sinaloa, Baja California Sur, and Tamaulipas. The states with the highest absolute number of indigenous women married or in union before the age of 18 are Chiapas, Oaxaca, and Guerrero.
Has gone through a child marrying and early unions constitution and violation of the human rights of children and consider viewing a nation system harmful. Practice tan serious affect to life, health, education, and integrity of health in particular, impacting the future development and that of their families and increasing discrimination and violence against them.
You talk a lot of you state that sources of information show, so you could measure some percentage just so data public realizes how much population we are talking about.
Of course, you do. So look, every 2 seconds a girl is forced into forced major. 14% of girls in developing countries will be married before they turn 50. 1 in 3 will have gotten married before turned 18.
It is also worth mentioning that in our country, child marriage has been prohibited by law since 2019, when Article 148 of the Federal Civil Code was reformed. Additionally, the Supreme Court of Justice of the Nation, through the resolution of the Unconstitutionality Action 22 2016, established a position against the carrying out of child marriage.
It's very important to take into account that this is child marriage, bring with them a series of damage for the minor. Not only that, their freedom is taken away at such a young age. For example, it's very common married girls become pregnant during adolescence, which increases the risk of complication during pregnancy and childbirth. But for themselves and their children, this practice can also isolate girls from their family and friends, as well as restrict their participation in their community so that their physical and mental well-being is seriously affected.
To begin with this program, we have some good news for everyone who is listening. In 2016, UNICEF, together with UNFPA, launched the global program to accelerate action to end children marriage. The program, whose objective is to empower young women at risk of marriage or already married. Since 2016 has reached more than 21 million adolescents. To whom it has prominent training in life skills, comprehensive sexual education, and support for school attendance.
That's right, the Senate of Mexico approves reform that prohibits child marriage in indigenous communities, CNA Spanish, in animals vote. The Senate of Mexico approved this Tuesday the modification of Article 2 of the Constitution to prohibit child marriage in indigenous communities.
Let's not forget that now Mexico will punish child marriage with up to 2,000 years in prison. The Senate unanimously approved a reform in the penal code so that complaints do not prescribe and so that penalties are tightened.
And with this great news and how we conclude today's episode, hoping that all our listeners have acquired a new learning about a very controversial topic in our country.